The text came at 2:17 a.m., lighting up the dark bedroom like a small explosion. "We need to talk tomorrow. I can't do this anymore." I stared at my phone, my chest tight, the air heavy with the smell of incense still clinging to my clothes. 3 days earlier, I'd lowered my father into the ground with my own hands shaking. I hadn't slept since. I hadn't really eaten. And now this. I turned my head toward my wife, Sarah. She was lying on her side, back to me, breathing evenly, peaceful, as if nothing in the world was wrong. I wondered, briefly, if the text was meant for someone else. The funeral had taken everything out of me. My father's death was sudden, a stroke that stole him in less than an hour. In those 3 days, I became a version of myself I barely recognized. Arranging burial rites, comforting relatives, signing papers with hands that didn't feel like mine. Sarah had come with me, but she felt distant. Always on her phone. Stepping outside to take calls. Saying she was checking on work. I told myself I was imagining things. Grief does that to you. The next morning, she sat across from me at the kitchen table, hands folded like she was waiting for a verdict. Her eyes didn't meet mine. "I want a divorce," she said quietly. The word landed wrong. Like it didn't belong in the room. "What?" My voice cracked. "Sarah, my dad just—" "I know," she interrupted, finally looking at me. There was no anger there. Just resolve. "That's actually why." I laughed, a hollow sound. "Why what?" "You chose him over me," she said. "For 3 days, you shut me out. I needed you, and you weren't there." I stared at her, stunned. I was burying my father. "And I was alone," she replied, her voice sharpening. I realized I can't be with someone who disappears when things get hard. Something inside me shifted, not rage yet, but disbelief. I replayed those days in my mind. The way she'd stayed up late texting. The way she'd flinched when I reached for her hand at the funeral. The missed calls she said she didn't see. Is that really the reason? I asked softly. She hesitated. Just for a second. That hesitation was louder than anything she'd said. That night, while she showered, her phone buzzed on the bed. I'd never checked her phone before. Never felt the need to. My hands trembled as I picked it up. One message preview was enough. "I hate seeing you hurt. I wish I could be there instead of him." My stomach dropped. I scrolled. Long conversations. Inside jokes. Late-night confessions. A coworker named Daniel. It wasn't explicit, but it didn't need to be. Emotional intimacy spilled across the screen. Support, validation, affection she hadn't given me in months. While I was arranging my father's funeral, someone else had been comforting my wife. When I confronted her, she didn't scream. She didn't deny it. She just sat down and cried. "I didn't plan for it to happen," she said. "He listened. He noticed me. And when you were gone those days, it felt like I already wasn't married." "You weren't gone," I said, my voice breaking. "I was grieving." "I know," she whispered. "And that makes it worse." That was the moment I realized the marriage was already over. Not because of the funeral. Not even because of Daniel. But because somewhere along the way, my pain had become inconvenient to her. The days after were a blur, papers, awkward silences, dividing a life that suddenly felt fictional. I kept thinking about my father. About how he'd once told me that real love shows up when it's uncomfortable. Sarah didn't show up. On the day she moved out, she paused at the door. "I never meant to hurt you," she said. "I believe you," I replied. "But you did." After she left, I sat alone in the quiet house. The grief hit me again, fresh and sharp. But this time, it wasn't just for my father. It was for the marriage I thought I had. For the woman I thought I knew. For the version of myself who believed love meant endurance. Now I know better. Some losses teach you how to let go. Others teach you how to stand back up. I'm still learning.